In this video, we are going to review the Hisense L5 4K Ultra Short Throw Laser Projector, marketed by the company as 4K Laser TV, because Hisense is pitching the machine as a more affordable alternative to buying a 100-inch television. If you can even get a 100-inch telly into your living room, let's find out how it performs. Hello everyone, Vicentio from HDTV Test here. Like most ultra short throw laser projectors on the market, the Hisense L5 uses a DLP-DMD imaging chip from Texas Instruments, which achieves 4K resolution through mirror flashing techniques. The appeal of ultra short throw projectors such as the Hisense L5 is its convenient size and form factor, which allows you to cast a 100-inch image on the wall or screen from just 30 centimeters away, while the laser light engine delivers quick startup and shutdown times, more akin to a television than a traditional lamp-based projector. Blacks were typical DLP, which shouldn't be a problem if you are mainly using the projector as a TV replacement in a living room with some ambient lighting. Thanks to a combination of the ultra short throw distance and the laser light source, the Hisense L5 can project a bright picture, which offers two benefits as far as we are concerned. 1. To produce a watchable picture in the presence of ambient light, and 2. For more impactful HDR. Our review sample is the B12 version that ships with a 100-inch Fresnel screen, which removes the headache of having to source the screen separately if you buy an ultra short throw laser projector from another manufacturer. Also, I've been informed by Hisense that they will even provide a free professional installation service for the screen and the projector. Just register your product at this URL. I will also leave a link in the YouTube description below. The supplied Fresnel screen did its bit to make the picture slightly brighter for daytime viewing, but you have to be realistic, because as is the case with most projectors, ambient light will always dilute and wash out the contrast of the projected image. It is still watchable, just don't expect blacks and contrast ratio to come close to even the worst IPS-type LED LCD TV, although of course, I doubt there are many 100-inch IPS LCD TVs on the market at the moment. Because of how the Fresnel screen works, we noticed a drop-off in brightness beyond 30 degrees of axis, causing the sides to look darker than the middle if you sit close enough to the screen. Also, during nighttime viewing with all the lights off, the bottom of the screen would look brighter due to how light is projected upwards from the projector, although to be fair, this brighter hotspot became less noticeable in a moderately lit surrounding, which is of course the intended use case for the Hisense L5. The projector uses a monochrome laser light source, which is a step down from the Hisense dual laser projector we reviewed in a video maybe, 8 months ago, resulting in a lower DCI-P3 color gamut coverage of 84% UV and a Rec 2020 coverage of 64%. When we fed back these figures to Hisense, they clarified that this is reflected by the L5's more affordable price point compared to the company's dual laser projector. After calibrating the Hisense L5 using a Client K80 colorimeter profile to a Jetty 1511 spectroradiometer, we got the colors to look more natural, though still not as accurate as most televisions we've reviewed so far. Given that the Hisense L5 is positioned as a TV replacement, it even comes with an inbuilt Freeview tuner. We decided to thoroughly test how it handles off-air interlaced broadcast. This video is sponsored by Box, the online technology store. Visit box.co.uk for the best deals on TVs, soundbars, and all your other technology needs. Upscaling of this SMPTE RP133 test card in 576i standard def resolution was clean with minimal ringing and fizziness, although there's flicker in one area here. Jaggies suppression was excellent judging from this bouncing bars pattern, but because there's no film mode setting on the Hisense L5, the projector failed to detect and process 3-2 cadence, and perhaps more importantly for PAL regions such as the UK, 2-2 cadence, which means you may see jagged edges and line twitter in film-based interlaced material. Put another way, for the best picture, you should always try to send a progressive rather than interlaced video signal from your external source to the projector. The Hisense L5 passed full chroma bandwidth with game mode engaged, based on this 1080p test pattern from the Spears & Munsell HD benchmark disc. With ultra smooth motion disabled, motion resolution came in at the sample and hold baseline of 300 lines according to this 60 fps test pattern. Engaging ultra smooth motion did not increase motion resolution at all, not even after adjusting the blur reduction setting in the custom submenu, suggesting that the projector is 60Hz centric, similar to most 4K ultra short throw projectors on the market. What this means is that without the help of ultra smooth motion frame interpolation, the Hisense L5 would present slow panning shots in 24 frames per second films with some telecinic judder, as well as introduce some judder in 50Hz broadcast programs, most noticeably on news tickers, owing to 50Hz to 60Hz frame rate conversion or FRC. Engaging ultra smooth motion worked well to smooth out the judder, but of course would also incur some interpolation artifacts, especially in complex moving scenes containing lots of objects on screen. When we put up our film grain test pattern, we also discovered that for reasons known only to Hisense themselves, enabling ultra smooth motion would also apply some noise reduction, scrubbing away some fine detail and causing some film grain to smear. The bright light output on the Hisense L5 benefited 4K Blu-rays tremendously, making it one of the more impactful projectors we've witnessed in terms of HDR presentation. The projector's tone mapping was very decent, preserving specular highlights while still maintaining sufficient APL, even in challenging 4000 nit content such as pan. The Hisense L5 also handled gradations in 4K Blu-ray movies well, exhibiting little posterization in the skies of The Martian. With game mode engaged, input lag measured 53 milliseconds at 60 frames per second and fluctuated between 30 and 41 milliseconds at 120 fps, probably because the projector was dropping frames since it's only 60Hz. All 4 HDMI ports provided at the back of the projector are HDMI 2.0B, capable of up to 4K 60Hz resolution. The supplied remote control has a nice two-tone look, decent tactile feedback, and does not feel cheap. Noise levels were typical for an ultra short throw projector, which is easily masked by normal sound volume from the inbuilt speakers, and thankfully our review unit did not emit any high-pitched coil whine which is common on cheaper UST laser projectors. We were satisfied with the sound quality of the front-firing speakers, which delivered sufficient bass and dialogue clarity for day-to-day viewing. The Smart TV platform is fairly responsive and easy to use, providing access to many of the key VOD services including Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and YouTube, though not Disney+. There's also Freeview Play on board, so all UK catch-up TV apps are available. Plex was pre-installed on our review sample, serving up some trashy erotic films to keep your hands busy. To sum up, the Hisense L5 is a reasonable package for getting a big screen experience in your living room without the pitfalls of a traditional projector, even though its picture quality didn't quite meet our standards for critical viewing in a darkroom. Our review unit is the 100 L5 FT UK B12 that includes a Fresnel ambient light rejecting screen, retailing at £4,000, which is very competitive against LG's Cinebeam and Samsung's The Premier projectors, which don't come with a bundle ALR screen. So you will have to spend more money to buy a screen separately if you don't want to project on the wall. And it is never a good idea to project an ultra short throw projector on the wall, since the angle at which light is projected diagonally will reveal even the slightest blemish, such as bumps, cracks, and paint residue. As a video enthusiast, I couldn't get on with the DLP blacks and the 24p telecinic judder, but then I feel the same about all 4K ultra short throw laser projectors I've tested so far. At the end of the day, the Hisense L5 shows a bright, punchy picture at a good price with a bundled ALR screen, 2-year warranty, and free professional installation service, and my less technical family members certainly enjoyed watching content on the big screen throughout the time I had the projector in for review. For more of our technical projector reviews, please click here for our playlist, and I will see you in the next video.